you guys promote it on your page? Send it to your family, your friends and family. Hopefully, they'll like it. I had it age restricted on YouTube and shit like that because Jason cuss way too much. All right. All right, guys, welcome to the Three Jerks podcast. Wait, it's not even the Three Jerks. What am I saying? Welcome to the Old Jerks podcast. My name is Frank. I got Jason to the side of me, and I got Kane to the below of me, where he belongs. Say wave to everybody, guys. Wave to our 1.5 listeners, which is us. I'm pretty sure we all watch our own videos.
Wait, am I the half?
You are the half.
Wait, no.
Yeah, you are.
No, wait.
You are.
You guys.
Whoa!
Wait, I guess that would make us each a half.
Whoa!
If it was
so we are 1.5.
Yeah.
We are 1.5 of the Old Jerks podcast. A name that we kind of just made up last minute. And I think it has a nice sound to it, right? The Old Jerks, not the old jerk offs. Not the old jerk each other or circle jerk, or maybe we'll have a segment. I think Kane was saying we'll have a segment called the circle jerk minute, or the jerk off hour, or whatever. The jerk off. So do I need to change the name?
The bigger jerk.
Yeah,
it's like a walk.
Exactly. It's nothing. It's nothing sexual. Yeah, perverts. Jason, where are you, man? We have Jason on assignment in the field. He's actually on assignment. He's on assignment for us in the Middle East somewhere.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, he's in he's behind the enemy lines right now, doing a podcast.
I'm in Vietnam.
With the grill in the background, he's about to cook up some bugs. You know how those Vietnamese are. They eat all those bugs, scorpions, spiders. Right, Jason? Don't you eat all that shit over there in those countries?
Yep.
What's the grossest? Are you saying that all the bugs? Like the power won't even stay on. The power keeps going on over at Jason's in Vietnam. That's just how unstable that country is. What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten over there, Jason? Over in those countries with bugs and all that stuff. You're like, I haven't. They're all delicious. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
well, okay. So I'll rephrase it. What's the thing that you thought was going to be absolutely gross, but turned out to be like fucking delicious or whatever? I'll bleep myself. Fucking delicious.
Yeah,
you guys can't hear it. You guys can't hear it. I know. What's the thing you were like, oh, this is gonna be gross, but you're like, this is actually delicious.
That's a very good question.
A human baby.
Balut. Did you eat balut when you were in the Philippines?
You talking about that little
unhatched?
Duck
fetus?
I will not touch that. That's for damn sure.
Oh, you'll touch bugs. You'll touch snakes, but you won't touch that.
Yeah. I think honestly, there had to have been something recently I just tried out. I swear there was. I mean, okay. I thought cow heart would be nasty. I remember a long time ago. Damn electricity. Anyways, I mean, when I first went out there with the ex, we went to like her friend's hometown because she just got a brand new home built, and literally we ate an entire cow,
mud,
threw the freaking cow's head in the fire, and we, the next day we ate the entire head, the eyeball. I mean, we had the liver the day prior, the heart. The heart was my favorite. I thought rat would be, but depending how you cook rat, it could taste like chicken, pork, beef. I made rat burgers. Remember I bragged about that?
Like Demolition Man.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's where I got the idea from, Demolition Man.
And then you proceeded to use the shells or whatever, the seashells.
Yeah. And then you got you started slurring.
Yeah, beep, beep. You are fined.
Yes.
You are fined 30 credits. And Taco Bell is like this 5-star restaurant or whatever in the future. That's just
like, and I still like to try to fucking goddamn sorry. Electricity is out again.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Qui-Gon Jinn keeps cutting off the electricity over in that country. That little fat dictator.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the hell? What were they eating at Taco Bell though?
It was like these little like like
Grape looking thing.
yeah, it was like these little snacks that it was like a fancy dinner or whatever. That's hey, we're going towards that, man. We're all gonna be having virtual sex with each other, all of us, and we're gonna put fucking helmets on, and we're gonna be like, oh, and then that's basically how that. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
So
The future doesn't look bright, man. Actually, I can't wait.
I know, because me, you, and Kane can all wear a helmet and touch hands in a
Yeah.
triangle and have a freaking threesome.
Well,
and we cannot be considered gay because we never did the act.
It's not gay. It's not gay if you have
if it's VR.
If you have virtual sex with another man, that's not gay. If anything, that's what best friends do, right? Come on now.
Yeah.
It's not I'm not gay or anything. Come on, let's not make this a gay thing, dude. If what is it? There's companies who offer these vests that double as like hugs. You send each other these vests, and you could like program. You could basically hug somebody in real time from like thousands of miles away, as long as you have Wi-Fi or whatever. So I mean, we should do that. We should send each other some vests, and we could just hug each other at random times of the day or whatever. It's not gay or anything.
I've seen they make the VR vests where you can feel like gunshots and stuff.
Well,
it's not painful like gunshots, but
they need to hurry up and make a VR vest for my penis. I
guarantee you they're gonna make that.
Oh, I love how the porn industry is always one step ahead of everybody. Who got into VR first? The porn industry was all up in there, dude. And I know that for a fact because Jason. I was about to say I'm not going to mention his name, but that's too late. Jason got a VR headset, and the first thing he watched was porn, and I was able to use it while he was driving his van, and I got sick. I was like, I'm gonna hurl.
Frank saw the biggest dick ever in his life.
That's all I saw. I put on the thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna see this girl with some big titties. It was a dude with a big dick. I'm like, what, Jason? What is happening here? What is going on here? You spent all this money on a VR headset to see a guy's penis on screen. It was like a big old screen. So I don't judge. I don't question what Jason does with his VR headset, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty.
But you were questioning your own.
I did after that. I was like, whoa! I don't know what to think anymore. Kane? What do you think about VR, man? You have the Oculus, right? I mean, do you even still use that thing? Is it like
I do?
Yeah,
I haven't used it in a little while, but yeah, I think it's awesome. I love it.
That's the thing. I thought I was gonna get sick. That was the one thing that I kind of stayed away from it for a while, for the longest time. But I used it for several hours, and I felt fine. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I think this is for me. Have you ever gotten sick?
Driving in a car, probably. Oh yeah.
yeah, dude. Getting in a van while wearing an Oculus, I definitely got sick. I was like, okay, the whole thing was the whole world was spinning. I was like, this is nuts. Literally, nuts. But
well, they talk about how you need to get your VR legs or whatever, like games where you actually like move instead of teleport, and I can't do those still. Like I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, wimp. Listen, but guess what today is, guys? Speaking of VR porn, guess what today is? And it is May the 4th. Also known as who's that? May the 4th be with you guys. All right, Jason, turn yours on.
What?
Wow, what the? You didn't get the memo? You didn't get the memo? What? God dang it. This overpriced junk from what's the area in Star Wars or in Disneyland called?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge, yeah. Galaxy's Edge. This cost me I think what was it, $200+ for this guy? But it was you got one, right?
I have one over there, but the battery's dead. So
I had I basically had to replace the battery for it today because I was like, oh crap, they sold me a piece of junk. I gotta call fucking Disney customer service, and I'm probably out of warranty. I didn't get the insurance plan on it. No, if they offered it, but no, you know what? At the end of the day, it was actually a really, really fun experience. I think this is this Yoda's? Is this Yoda's lightsaber? I don't know. I don't know what color. What color did you end up getting, Kane?
I got green, but then I got a bunch of other crystals and everything.
Yeah. always buy the crystals when you're at Disneyland, because if you don't, they are going to charge you double the price anywhere else like Amazon. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. But do you think it's worth the amount that these guys pay you? I think so, because I like the whole experience. I think it's
I,
worth it, like experience wise.
it would have been worth it for me more if my experience was better.
Wait, what? What happened?
Um,
What the hell?
Basically, what happened was we were first they weren't sure if they were going to bring us on because we were like the very last group of the night,
Okay.
and they weren't sure if there was enough of us, so they weren't sure if they were going to like let us do it. And then they were like, okay, you guys can come in. So it was me, my buddy, and like one other group, maybe two other groups.
Okay.
But one of the groups was like, it was like two teenage boys, and they were talking the entire fucking time. And I was like, even when the person like, going through the whole spiel about like, oh, you're one with the force or whatever they
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you,
yeah.
like close your eyes and pick the crystal. These two kids were like talking the whole time. And I
That
almost turned to them
sucks,
like,
dude.
shut the fuck up. I'm paying for this. You're not.
Yeah. Everybody there is paying a shit ton of money only to be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was exactly it.
That was
Yeah.
horrible, man. No, I was actually the same boat, but thankfully my group was a lot bigger, and we were the last one. Like I just got in there right at the last minute, and it was pretty good, man. I teared up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And everybody, you can hear, when they're lifting their lightsaber or whatever.
Yeah.
And then immediately I dropped mine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck. But thankfully it's good, man. It's pretty durable. But
Yeah.
they do give you a bag, which I have here. They give you a bag to put the sucker. They better give you a damn bag. Should have got a hand job on top of that. Jesus.
Yeah.
For the amount of money. But I didn't get to ride that one. I don't know, when you went that ride, maybe wasn't open, or maybe you did ride that whole experience where it's like an interactive ride. Did you get to ride that one? I forgot the name of it.
Rise of the Resistance?
Is that, yeah? Did you get to ride that one?
No, it was like brand new when I got there, and I remember like there was a waiting list
Yeah,
that you get on your phone, and like it was seriously, they're like, I remember we were there for the park opening and we were on the waiting list, like refreshing, and then you refresh it and it's like all the lists are filled up.
Same.
So
Same.
it's like,
Yeah, you went pre-COVID. You got what, 2019?
yeah.
Yeah, so you
Yep.
went when there was like no worry in the world. Like I went, it wasn't during the height of COVID, but it was still going on. Everybody had to wear a mask. Like Disneyland, it's crazy because I took my kid, the family, and everything. We were around thousands of people. We were vaccinated, fully vaccinated at the time, now with boosters and all that. None of us got sick. We come back, my kid goes to school, he gets COVID. It's like,
Oh, God.
it's like, well, you think being around all these people, close proximity, all that stuff, you would get it at Disneyland? Nah, not even.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a different vibe, being at Disneyland during COVID times, and people were actually, some people got mad at me for going, like, what are you doing,
Yeah.
man? Do you even know what's happening right now? I'm like, yeah, no shit, dude. Of course I know what's happening. We're not idiots. If I wasn't vaccinated, I wouldn't even consider going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know that for a fact because I've been in the same household that somebody who had COVID was close contact to everybody, and the one person who wasn't vaccinated ended up getting COVID as well, and everybody, including myself, didn't get COVID. So does it work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I know a lot of people are like, they're 5G, man. 5G is in your system now, which cracks me up because when I got my second dose, I'm not even joking. As soon as she gave me the second dose, she was like, all right, you're good to go. I got a phone call from like a no number
Yeah.
call. I'm like, oh, what's this? And it was like, it was like, what is this, calibrating? What's going on? It's calibrating with the 5G. Oh God, they're right. Oh my God, QAnon's right, man. We gotta go storm the Capitol. Yeah. So it was
With their lightsabers.
yeah. Yeah, but It's crazy, man. Disneyland was a lot of fun. It's still too much. It's still too much. I think it's still
Oh
overcrowded.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's funny because you'll see dads just yelling at their kids. You better have fun. You know how much we just spent on your asses. You see kids crying, parents angry, parents fighting, divorcing each other right there and then. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like, what's the point, man? Everybody's just getting angry at each other. When you're yelling at your
Yeah.
child, you better have fun. Then I think
Yeah.
that just defeats the purpose. And that was me yelling at my
exactly.
kid. I was yelling at my kid. You better have fun. I spent a small fortune. Bring your ass over here. But yeah, would you guys go now to a theme park, Jason?
I hardly ever go to
Oh
those.
shit.
Oh god, Kate fell over. He fell over. The alcohol is
Hold on.
taken. It's taking Kate. Kate is drunk.
I'm back.
Well, what is there in Bangkok equivalent to Disneyland? There has to be something, right? There has to be, or is it like a wooden coaster that they put together? Bang bun, the Batman. Like what do they what do they have over
Well,
there?
They have theme parks, but no one really wants to go because people tend to fly off.
I I don't trust any rides that they put together 5 hours before I got there, or with like they just put together in a rush, because I always seem to get stuck on those rides. I went to the state fair like 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm on a roller coaster, and I ended up getting stuck for like 2 hours until they basically had to put a ladder up to it for me to get down. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Really?
Yeah, at the Arizona State Fair. Yeah, it was nuts. I was like, never again. And then the funny thing about it, as I was leaving like 2 hours later, it was like people were back on it. Whee! It's like, look, business as usual, man. Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys do you guys trust those rides that like those pop up? Like they'll have fairs and stuff like that around your neighborhood or something like that. Do you guys trust shit like that?
No.
I
I
don't think
think
about
I
it.
think people like straight out of prison put those together. So
Well,
and then they run them.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Some of the people who are running those rides are like, "Yo, what in the hell, dude?" Like, they just
Yeah.
they just drive by a prison and grab people who just got released and be like, "Let's go! We're building we're building some rides. Let's do
Yeah.
this." But yeah, man, Disneyland was a trip. Star Wars was awesome. I really enjoyed it. The food is absolutely terrible and overpriced at Disneyland. I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys. For like a bread with some shrimp or something on it was like $20 each or some, and a bag of chips was like $20. I'm like, no, we're gonna eat outside. This is ridiculous. It's not good, man. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very bad. If you
yeah.
ever look up the numbers on how much they make like a day, I mean in the park period, it's crazy, but
Yeah.
I think on food alone it's just like you said, it's really overpriced.
Yeah.
That's why I make sure when I buy food there it's at least something like a turkey leg, like a giant thing.
That's the
where,
thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
But
that was really good.
yeah,
but-
there was a guy at the entrance who I don't know if he had permission to be there or not, but he was basically making a killing. He was selling bottled waters at the entrance of the park for $1 each, and that motherfucker was selling out. And I remember he pulled out like a stack of ones this much to give me change for some water I got. That guy was like, and he was having his wife or girlfriend basically go out to the store and buy more 24 packs. I was like, that's
Jeez.
a genius move. But the thing about it, nobody stopped him. He was there like the whole day. I don't know if anybody could do it or you have to get a license to do that. But it just seemed like some random Joe or whatever just coming off the street, but like, I'm gonna stand here all day and make a killing. Or does he have to give
Yeah.
like half that fucking income to like to the mouse or whatever? Like they come out and beat the shit out of him and give him like 20, they give him like $20. Here you go for your trouble, kid.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse, he's the mouse they come out dressed, Minnie, all the whole group comes out and just beats the shit out of him and collects. They're like, "Where's my money?" Motherfucker. But yeah, so today's May the 4th. I love Star Wars, obviously. Kane, I don't know. I don't think you even know what Star Wars is based on your background.
I don't.
Um,
I don't know what
uh,
this says.
what do you walk us through? What do you have back there? I see the Star Wars sign. Okay, I know you have a
Um,
lightsaber from Disneyland, and you have what's the other one that's actually the one that actually works, the one that actually lights up.
that's like a dueling saber that I got online, so
Is
I
that
could actually
Disney?
duel with
Does
it.
Disney know you own this, sir? Don't they own all lightsabers
Th-
now? I'm gonna have to tell. I'm gonna have
they
to call
do.
them. I'm
Yeah.
calling them right now.
God damn it.
What do you have? So what are those pictures? What do we got?
They I can't really light them up right. Well, hold on. Let me turn on the lights in my room.
All right.
Hold on.
This is Kane's man cave. I wish I had a man cave like that. Whoa!
They are
Nice.
like propaganda
Nice.
posters that
Nice.
I got from San Diego Comic Con. So yeah, it's like
That's
uh,
badass.
yeah. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Vader's fist. Then you have sorry, I'm trying to the force is with him. The force is with us, just
Yeah.
like opposing
That's
side
that's dope, man. I've
propagandizing.
always wanted to go to San Diego Comic Con. I heard it's very expensive. I've heard it's very expensive to go there if you're just going to like get a hotel there. I hear if you like stay with somebody or something like that, it may be a lot cheaper. Probably that's the best way or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I
What was
used to know someone
yeah.
that
Yeah,
lived in
yeah, you're
San
right.
Diego.
Yeah, you're right. You told me about that. Yeah, you would go with him. What was the
hmm
last year you went?
Um, God, 18, 17, or 18, I
Did
think.
did you wait in those long 12-hour lines to see
Oh
to
no.
see to see like Benedict Cumberbatch or some shit?
No.
These
No, like it
yeah.
well, it's funny because like back in 20 or 2009 or something, like 2008, 2009, it was like $50 to go to the whole thing. Like it was like
Fuck
50 or 60
man.
bucks for the whole thing. And then like more and more people started coming and they just started jacking up the prices. And but then I got a professional pass so I could go for
So
free.
you didn't have oh okay, I was about to say so you didn't have to pay you son of so you got a
Yeah.
professional pass because of your acting work, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, they approved me for a pro pass. And
Are you still
uh
approved or did that go away? Like do you is that for
I
like
think it
life or something?
no, it's like they approve it for like 3 years, for every 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's been more than 3 years since I've been.
I
So I'm
mean,
like,
they're going virtual, right? Did they do it? They haven't done an in person one recently, right? San Diego Comic Con.
yeah, yeah. I don't think San Diego. Wait, they did like I want to say they did like a small little thing. It wasn't called San
Yeah,
Diego Comic Con, but I don't
yeah.
remember what it was called.
I don't
But
think we're ready, man. One of the big Comic Cons
no.
that just happened. A few people died from like they got COVID, and
Oh
you're
shit.
yeah, you're supposed to in order to get in, you're supposed to show your vaccine card. But even then,
Yeah.
what's that going to stop? That's not going to stop. Oh, okay, I got a shot a year ago. Here you go,
hmm
whatever. But yeah, I don't think we're ready, man. I think virtual is the way to go. It's the safest.
hmm
Listen, we got Phoenix got Fan Fusion coming up soon, right? So even I'm hesitant to go, but I'm instead of going off 3 days like I usually do, I'm only going for like maybe one day just to check it out.
Yeah.
And
I
get
mean,
And you're wearing a diver suit.
I am. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A bodysuit, like just like I can't no contact with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag Jason with me. He's gonna go with me, whether he likes it or
I
not.
mean, I don't know if I might want to go. I got free time, but I mean,
I don't know. You might
uh,
have to work. You might have to work, you son of a bitch. Yeah, yeah. You definitely should come
yeah.
with me, man.
He's gonna be
Well,
working at
Well,
FanFusion.
I'm gonna get you a job at Fan Fusion.
I mean, no. It's just to a certain degree. Did I say it in the last show? Did I tell any of you guys like about like okay, recently made my trip out there, so I just don't get it. So on the way there, the plane was to Bangkok, Lax to Japan, Japan to
Mask, right?
Bangkok.
You had to wear mask,
Had to
mandatory.
wear a mask.
Yeah, yeah,
Every other seat
mm,
was, social distancing, all that.
yeah.
Get to Bangkok. I take my domestic flight to Songkla. Wear a mask. Yes, again, everybody has to. Plane was completely full, which most likely why I got, COVID probably. Because remember I had to quarantine for 10 days over there
Yeah, one of the
on
monkeys
the
gave you
way.
COVID.
I
Let's
had
not beat
sex.
around. Yeah, you had
I
sex with
had,
one of the monkeys. Yes, okay.
um,
That's why they quarantined you. Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
but on the way back, same thing, plane full, mask to Bangkok. Then from Bangkok to Japan, it was semi-full. I mean, they weren't. Doesn't seem like they cared about it. The whole social distancing is just maybe not many people bought tickets. Wear a mask. From Japan to America, and they even said it. The reason why this plane does not look filled is because we're trying to keep people in the social distancing environment on this flight.
Yeah.
Fucking light. Anyways,
Who's the guy on the right top corner who keeps just reaching over there once every 2 minutes? Who's that fucking guy?
Anyways,
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
anyways, on the way back, that's what they said. Well, we all had to wear a mask, okay? I stayed in Boston for a night. Next day, I took my domestic flight from Boston to Arizona. Plane was completely full.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely full. The plane was absolutely full,
Yeah.
and it was up to us to wear a mask.
Yeah. You want COVID?
Oh, God.
You got COVID, don't want COVID. It's America. You make that decision.
It's like,
USA.
no,
USA.
yeah. It's funny. It's like, oh, on the way in, you better wear a fucking mask and not have that plane full. But when you get here, yeah, we'll fill the fucking flights up, and we give you a decision if you want to wear the mask.
You wanna die today? You wanna die in 2 weeks when you get COVID from us? I'm taking a trip. I'm flying up to Oregon or Washington, sorry, in a couple months. I'm fucking double bagging it, man. On my face, I'm wearing 2 masks. I don't trust it, man. I don't trust that shit. I'm gonna still wear a mask everywhere I go. Have you ever ran into a situation, maybe Kane, where people actually get annoyed by seeing you wearing a mask? Like, why are you wearing that? You know it doesn't really exist. I've had that. And it's mostly old white people. No offense, Jason. Usually it's usually old white people in like their 60s. They're like, I was at Walmart, and one guy was passing me in the aisle. He's like, take your fucking mask off. And I'm like, fuck you. He's like, excuse me. Yeah, I almost fought a 60-year-old man. It's like, it's ridiculous how crazy it gets out there.
I haven't had that yet.
No, really. Yeah. It was Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe. He was at the Walmart in Mesa, Arizona. He was lost. He actually he wandered away from Air Force One, and he
forgot he was pro mask.
So it's basically like,
hey, what are you doing wearing that mask?
He wandered away. And he spent he wandered away he wandered away and got hired as a door greeter at Walmart for a whole day. So that was a very interesting a day for Joe Biden. But all right. So speaking of COVID and politics and all that stuff, it is May the 4th. We were talking about that earlier. Kane gave us a
Thank
preview.
you for the fucking reminder.
Yeah. Kane gave us a tour of his stuff, but I really wanted to talk about the series as a whole, because it's been kind of a hit or miss. Like, the original trilogy was, in my opinion, almost perfect. The prequels, not so much. The newer ones that we just got were kind of hit or miss, in my opinion. Now, I will go around the room. Kane, what do you think, man? What, in your opinion, what is your go-to Star Wars? Do you watch them in order? How do you do it? What's your favorite Star Wars? Let's say, what do you think? The whole series, or do you kind of consider yourself like, this is my favorite in this series, this is my favorite in this series, and this is my favorite in the new series? How do you rank your Star Wars?
Phantom Menace over and over.
Oh, hell yeah!
And over.
This is
on
tense.
repeat.
This is tense.
Dreams.
Are you an angel?
Are you an angel?
Oh, this that was for Jar Jar.
Was that where? Yeah,
Jar Jar.
That was where Jar Jar went down on
Misa.
Misako.
Listen, here's the thing. I never caught the original Star Wars, obviously, because I wasn't born yet. But I was able to catch the re-releases. Remember when George Lucas fucked around with it, added scenes and shit like that? I was able to watch all 3 of them in theaters when they re-released them. But watching The Phantom Menace, I'm like, hell yeah, 1999, what an awesome year. I'm going to watch this. I can't wait. It's going to be perfect.
World's gonna end soon.
I better watch this before the world ends. Y2K, man. Y2K. I fell asleep. I absolutely passed out in Phantom Menace. It was so fucking boring. That's my opinion.
Wait, how old were you in
I
1999?
was in 1999. I was 16. I was 16 going on 17.
All right.
Kane
I
was
was
like
19.
Kane was 20.
I was 35.
You were 35.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, how do you rank your Star Wars, man? What do you think? Like you consider the original trilogy like you can't touch those, or like the prequels and stuff like that. So how do you rank the original trilogy? Jesus Christ, Jason.
He's like Jar Jar.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna imitate Jar Jar now. How do you rank Star Wars in each series, I guess?
I mean, obviously the original trilogy, the OT.
Yeah.
Wait, am I ranking them individually or just by trilogy?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, individual series, like original, prequel, and then the new ones that we got.
I mean, I'd say I mean, definitely original trilogy first, and this is controversial, but I think the sequel trilogy after the original trilogy. And then the original trilogy. I don't know. I would rank them more individual movies.
Yeah. Like,
because I think it kind of gets mixed up with the sequel and the prequel trilogy in terms of like ranking the movies.
Okay.
So
yeah,
because I think Attack of the Clones is the worst one.
It's funny because I fell asleep in that one too. It's just so slow. It is too slow. And all the kids, I remember being in the theater there, and like 9% of the kids were like, it was just not fun at all. Basically, only the part where all the Jedis are in that temple and fighting. That's the only part that I thought was pretty cool. You know, you get that really short scene between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan, but that lasts 20 seconds. But like I look back, and these were meant. George Lucas always in those interviews, these were meant for kids. What was meant for kids? Everything's talking and politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you give us a minute or two of Darth Maul towards the end, which was a very short fight, intertwined with space battles. Where this is tense. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, but. The original trilogy is really good. I think The Empire Strikes Back is it's just good because of that ending. That it leaves you hanging. It's a series of downers and stuff like that. Return of the Jedi, it was good. It was okay, but I think that the middle one was good. Prequel. I think I like the Revenge of the Sith or whatever the hell the third one.
That's the best prequel too.
I think Lucas finally. Like, all right, I guess I should, I guess he finally kind of learned how to write or whatever, because he's a good world builder. George Lucas is a good world builder. He's a shitty dialogue writer. He cannot write dialogue worth shit, dude. You know, because when you have this is tense, you know, like that nobody wants to see that. But I think I think he gets a lot of hate, undeserved hate, in my opinion. I think because he created a big world that millions celebrate. I mean, I love Star Wars and stuff like that. I mean, he gave us that, but like he makes 3 movies out of his own pocket. He basically had to pay a company to release those movies, all independent.
They were like they were indie movies.
Not a lot of people know this. The prequels are basically high budget independent indie movies, you know, and he didn't have to do it, but he says I owe it to my fans. I owe it to the fans, all the fans to do it, to do these, and he got shit for it. Especially I don't know if you guys seen the behind the scenes of the Phantom Menace. He's like writing the dialogue for Jar Jar. He's like, oh yeah, kids are gonna like this. You wait and see. You wait and see. He's gonna be the next, you know, the big thing. And he was like the absolute most hated character in like the universe, you know.
And when you see what the actor went through,
oh my god, Ahmad Best. He basically, it got so bad that he wanted to like kill himself. Like that's just and the most, you think the other fandoms are toxic? I never seen Star Wars.
Star Wars is the
most toxic fan base ever.
And
Like,
I consider myself, and I'm a Star Wars fan, and it's like,
yeah,
yeah, you go on there and it's the worst. Like,
absolutely.
I'm in a Facebook group that's actually called the Non-Toxic Star Wars fan group, because it's like they don't just trash each other's opinions and stuff
yeah.
about the series. But
I'm
yeah,
in the Ahmed Best fan group. So he
yeah,
was, no,
non-toxic.
I feel really bad for him because he was like,
Mhm.
I was standing on like a bridge somewhere, like contemplating jumping off because the amount of hate I got from the fan base online, you know, letters to kill yourself, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Jesus, dude. I mean, listen, I don't like Jar Jar Binks, but I don't wish the guy death, you know.
yeah.
If anything, I
Go
wish George
fucking kill
Lucas. If
yourself.
anything, I wish George Lucas would. No, listen,
Yeah.
no, yeah. But if I had to rank the prequels, it would be Revenge of the Sith, and I maybe I don't know because I like the Phantom Menace. It's okay, but the Clone Wars is so boring, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
taking
think
naps.
there's really bad dialogue, and there's just I like originally I remember when they were released, when Phantom Menace came out and then Attack of the Clones, I was like, well, at least it's better than Phantom Menace. But in hindsight, I don't think it is. It's like I think the dialogue's really bad. Like
Yeah,
I
it,
truly, deeply love you, like
yeah,
that, and then the sand,
yeah, yeah.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough.
It's nuts because it's visually it's great. Like he's a good
Yeah,
visual storyteller. That's basically where it stops. Like he can't
yeah,
do anything else. Like he should have probably he wanted to take full control of it, and that's maybe where the problem was. He maybe should have gotten maybe a co-writer like he did with
yeah,
Attack of the Clones. He took on a co-writer, and then he kind of just
yeah,
stopped after that. But I don't know, man. And then the new ones, it was very controversial for the longest time. Was
yeah.
the middle of the three Ryan
Oh, the
Johnson's.
Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Last Jedi. For the longest time, it was very controversial because a lot of people didn't like it, dude. A lot of people didn't like it. In my
well,
opinion, I consider that my favorite of the three,
yeah.
of the
Well,
J.J. Abrams or whatever his name is.
it's kind of crazy because like I was a fan of Ryan Johnson before that movie,
And then after that,
and
he's a
so
piece of shit. Now I
yeah,
hate him now.
well,
Brick?
after the
What
movie,
brick? Yeah.
what the fuck, Looper? God damn it, Brothers Bloom. Um,
I
yeah,
completely forgot about that. Not a lot of
yeah,
people know that that movie even exists. But yeah,
yeah.
continue.
But yeah, I remember after I saw Last Jedi, I was really disappointed. And that was
I
like
remember having a
all just part of
conversation.
my
I remember we
it,
went to get drinks, and you were like, "I didn't like it." I'm like,
yeah, it was. I had to think about it. Like it was, and then I realized it was part of my like personal expectations of how I thought Luke should have been,
yeah,
and that's just like a big thing that I think a lot of people haven't gotten over was like how they think Luke should have
yeah.
been in that
Like
movie.
there were like Luke wouldn't do this. Luke wouldn't. He
Yeah,
would not do what he did. And even wasn't Mark Hamill even against some of the stuff that was done or something
yeah,
like that. But then at the end of the day, he's
yeah,
like, I'm kind of glad we kind of went that way. But
yeah.
I
But
enjoyed
yeah,
it.
second
Yeah,
second viewing, like I kind of started to come around, and I realized what he was doing. And I ended up really liking the movie. I still don't like the Canto Bite scene, the whole casino, and like that.
I agree.
That totally had like original or prequel trilogy vibes to
I
it.
agree.
So
It was
yeah,
I feel like they could have probably cut that out. They didn't need
yeah,
to do any of that. And then you got
I
a
literally
random Benicio del Toro
walked,
in there,
I
yeah,
literally walked away to go sit on the toilet for a bit from
like
that
right
scene.
now. Oh, this scene. Okay, I thought
oh,
like Jason randomly walked away and took a dump and came back. Nobody noticed. No,
yeah,
yeah, it was I do think and actually a lot of people are coming around to it now after multiple viewings after kind of letting it sit there for a couple of years and then I think it's aged a little well. I do agree with you
yeah,
that scene is probably not the best. That probably didn't help the case, but I think as a whole, I enjoyed it. It's definitely better than the last one they gave us. I
yeah,
didn't like that. I did not like that last one. It was just like they tried to throw too much at us for a movie that was basically ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're never gonna see these characters unless they come back in like 20 years, like everybody else.
Yeah.
I like the first one because I think more of a nostalgic reasons. You got Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, you got
Hmm.
everybody coming back to it, and I think that's why I liked it. But if I
Yeah.
if I had to rank it, the second one is probably the best one. What do you think? What out of the three? What do you think? What's your favorite one out of three, Kane?
I think maybe the first one.
Yeah,
I like Force Awakens. I
yeah,
mean, I know a lot of people like called it a retread, but it's like when you look at the trilogy though, like every like the original trilogy, the prequel, they all like repeat the same pattern.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I think I like Force Awakens the best, and yeah, maybe Rise of Skywalker last
yeah,
because I like for me personally, I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like, oh, anything Star Wars, I'm fine, just entertain me, whatever. But I can acknowledge that with that one, it was like they were really sort of panicking, and they're like, oh my god,
yeah,
like so many people hated how Last Jedi was like, oh, she's a nobody, and like I actually liked that. Like
yeah.
I
But
thought that was great that because he was
yeah,
basically what how did he phrase it? He was trying to make it where I remember Ryan Johnson saying like he remembers being a little kid where it's like, oh, anybody can have the force, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, just
And that's
like
kind
that.
of what he
Well,
was
yeah, the last shot of the movie, right? You see that kid that who has the force. He was able to, lifting up rocks or something like that or whatever.
yeah,
So I
or a
it,
broom or
yeah,
something.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, and
He
it
was gonna
was
sweep the room with the force, and that's it. That's
yeah.
as much
I'm a
as
I'm a
yeah.
Jedi. I could clean your house. I'm a Jedi now. You want me to clean your house? Yeah. So Jason, what about you, man? Are you a big fan of obviously the prequels, the originals, all that stuff? Do you have a preference?
The originals.
The originals? Which one? Which one do you think?
Out of the originals, I like The Empire
Star
Strikes Back.
Wars Christmas special. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I have you guys sat down and watched the Star Wars Christmas special that's like I think only available on YouTube or whatever.
I haven't
Or
watched
is it
it
on
straight
Disney
through, but
Plus or whatever? I don't know.
Nope.
I actually have a bootleg of it.
What? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it came with a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah,
What was it?
it was.
Who everybody was in it, right? All the original cast members, or was it because it
I
essentially,
think so.
yeah,
Yeah,
Harrison Ford is like it paid for my house, it paid
yeah.
for my Malibu home. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna. That's all I gotta say is what Harrison Ford. He wouldn't.
Except he mumbled it.
Yeah.
I'm
And
high.
so Jason likes the original trilogy, and I don't know. We'll see where they take it next, man. Because it's basically unlimited possibilities, right? You could tell stories for years and years. I mean, we're getting all the. I mean, we're getting a bunch of stuff from Disney Plus, Jango Fett, which is essentially the. I mean, the Mandalorian took over the book of Boba Fett essentially for like the last right. It seems like
Yeah,
those both shows were so confusing because I remember I'm like, oh, a new episode of the book of Boba Fett is on, and I went over to the Mandalorian because that's literally what they. I was like, I'm so confused. Which one do I start? Because the Mandalorian, it was so the Mandalorian took over, and it was like this isn't even his show anymore. He just shows
yeah,
up at the last episode or whatever. But are you guys enjoying what Disney Plus is doing with the universe?
yeah. I actually love both of those shows, and I like them better than the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So the
I think it's. Sorry, go
go
ahead.
for it. No, 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 no. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, I was just gonna say like I think the thing I like about both of those shows is like they feel like they were made by people around our age who were huge fans of the original trilogy and everything, and kind of like they're putting everything in there that they've always wanted to see. So
Yeah.
I think like Dave Filoni is
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he's a very capable showrunner, and
yeah.
I really like everything they're doing.
I like that they brought in Robert Rodriguez, man.
Yeah.
You could tell they brought in Robert Rodriguez because you got Danny Trejo showing up randomly.
Oh yeah.
Fucking like he's like his they're like cousins or some shit like that. It cracks me up. You could tell
Yeah.
anything Robert Rodriguez does, Danny Trejo will just randomly show up or some shit. That cracks me
Yep.
up. And but yeah, I you know they have a lot of shows coming up. I'm excited. So this day is pretty cool, and I like to see other people post all their love for Star Wars, and a lot of people post their hate for Star Wars too. It's ridiculous how crazy and toxic that is, man. But yeah, so let's move away from Star Wars. What's going on? Whoa, what's going on, Jason?
Really quick. So in the book of Boba Fett, I haven't watched it yet. The Mandalorian comes back in the last episode.
Not in the last episode. Essentially, what the
It's
the
like
book,
the
yeah, the
third
sixth,
to last
yeah,
episode, or
yeah.
yeah,
Basically, the book of Boba Fett turns into the Mandalorian. It's kind of like what he's been up to, and it's crazy. Like I was like, I don't know why they did that. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess it kind of makes sense in the world because they kind of work together, and there was like a last big old battle at the end, right, or something like that. But I was like, well, why didn't they wait for this why didn't they show this in the Mandalorian? Why did they resolve this in the book of Boba Fett? So I don't know. It doesn't make any
well,
sense to me.
I was wondering if I was kind of wondering if they heard all the backlash, like the feedback that was happening with Book of Boba Fett. Like a lot of people were complaining about it,
Because
and
it was really slow. It was
yeah,
really slow, dude. You have this old guy who you've seen in a few movies, Aquaman. He's basically Aquaman's dad.
yeah,
But
Tamora Morrison.
yeah, but what else have you seen? Nobody knows him. Obviously, Clone Wars, duh. But where
Yeah.
else? But where else do you know him from? Like that's what a lot of people are seeing. I'm like, I'm seeing this old guy just do a bunch of random shit every week, and all of a sudden we get the Mandalorian guy coming in. I'm like, so what is even going on?
Yeah, I was wondering if they were losing faith in the show, so they made a Mandalorian episode,
Uh,
or they had one on standby in case
yeah.
people weren't digging it.
Well,
So I'm like, yeah, they're
yeah.
like, oh, here it is, Mandalorian episode or season 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah, because basically they could film a Mandalorian episode or even without Pedro being there, Pascal or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they basically use his voice, and then once in a while when he takes off his mask or whatever, but that's why he's doing The Last of Us at the same time as they're filming The
Yeah.
Mandalorian because they don't need him. So it's just crazy how that works. But yeah,
Isn't it John Wayne's grandson or something
is
is
it? Is
yeah,
it?
is the Mandalorian?
That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It is, but one of the best episodes of the Book of Boba Fett was directed by Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard or whatever. She's a good director. She's actually a really,
Yeah.
really, really. She's a really good director. But that whole Mandalorian centric episode was pretty good, directed by her. But yeah, man, yeah. So Jason, check it out. I don't know if you have Disney Plus or whatever, or you bootleg or torrent or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Definitely
VHS.
VHS. Get him on VHS.
That he
Definitely.
buys at a con along with the Christmas special.
I need a 4K Christmas special. I need 4K resolution. I need George Lucas come back, add some additional scenes and
Or
put in
Ewoks.
or Jar Jar Binks or some shit like that. But
Yeah.
Misa. So what's the update on the trial, Kane? Our weekly update on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. She finally got on the stand today, right?
Yeah, well, yes, was it yesterday? They had a psychologist from her team, basically say the complete opposite of everything of Johnny Depp's the psychologist they hired. And yeah, today she got on the stand and said a bunch of stuff
So
with some very questionable acting. So yeah, in my opinion.
like I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a good chunk of it. But it was like it basically went I didn't know they were going to do this. They basically traced their whole life from birth to now, essentially. I'm like, what's and it's so obvious that she is acting. It's just
Yeah, she was
it's
like, "Oh, when I was born, I was, worked charity with blind kids, and yeah,
Texas
helped all the
and
blind babies, and yeah, it was, yeah, it was.
yeah,
I thought it was pretty bad. It was obviously like they crafted her and her legal team like crafted a story for her to tell to try to make her more like relatable and sympathetic towards, for the
yeah.
jury, I guess.
I how was I didn't was Johnny Depp like did they cut back to Johnny Depp once in a while? I don't remember.
They
Like
did, yeah.
because
He was.
every time I see Johnny Depp, he's always either laughing with his lawyer or laughing how ridiculous the situation is or whatever.
Yeah. They there were two different like things that I saw with him when they cut to him. And one he was just like looking straight down. He wasn't even like looking at her, he wasn't looking at anyone. And the other one he was like leaning over to his lawyer and whispering something, and then they both snicker. And that was, I think that was when she was like telling the story of the first time he hit her. And then they cut to
Yeah,
Johnny Depp and he's like leaning over, like whispering something, and then they both kind of laugh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I didn't expect this trial to go this long, dude. Where day
Yeah.
14, I don't know.
Probably,
It's not looking good for her.
No.
he probably asked Johnny how hard you hit her.
Yeah. Hit her pretty hard there, Rick.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy how this is all going, and who do you think? You think Johnny will come out on top? Not literally, but he'll come out winning.
I think
the trial.
He,
I just
he
think
already
even
came
if
out on top.
I just think even if he doesn't win the trial, I think in the court of public opinion, I think he's won everyone back. So, I mean, I kind of think like my personal opinion about him, like I'm a longtime Johnny Depp fan. I think the last decade of movies that he's done has been like really disappointing.
It's basically
Like,
it's like oh, we need another Pirates of the Caribbean, and then and then
yeah,
it's basically that's he's been relying on to make money for the past 20 years almost or whatever.
yeah, it's just like before Jack Sparrow, and even a little bit after Jack Sparrow, it's like he never really played it safe with the roles he played, and now it's kind of like, oh, it's another British character or one
That's
that needs like white makeup or something. Like,
that's the thing. It wasn't until he started because there was a while there. Then he didn't team up with Tim Burton. It wasn't until he started re-teaming up with him where okay, here we go. We got something. Like all right,
yeah,
what's Tim Burton doing this week? We need him. But other
yeah,
than that, his other movies don't do that well. They do not. They
no,
never. You don't get a number one Johnny Depp movie unless it's Pirates of the Caribbean or maybe a Tim Burton movie.
hmm
Even
yeah,
was that the Lone Ranger? Dude, that movie tanked. That movie
yeah, oh, yeah,
tanked. It cost so much money that it had to make like some ridiculous amount to even like recoup everything back, and it didn't even come close to it. So like
yeah.
even those big budget movies, like it's not even safe. Look at this week's the Robert Eggers the Egghead movie, the Northman.
Northman,
The
yeah,
Northman. It only cost it. That movie looks like it costs $150
yeah.
million. It was only made for $71 million. Did it make it back? No.
Actually, it was made for $90 million. I
Oh,
just
okay.
found that out.
Okay, maybe with it didn't make any.
And
It made half of that. It made
oh
half of
yeah,
that
it can.
back.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, they gave Robert Eggers or whatever like $90 million to make a movie. Like,
He went from a very small budget movies like the Witch and
which
the
the
Lighthouse,
Vitch,
the Vitch, sorry, and the
the
Lighthouse.
Vitch.
I'm pretty sure those budgets weren't that big.
Oh
And
yeah,
you go from these small budgets, and that's usually what the curse usually is, isn't it? Kind of thing. You essentially give this indie director that doesn't have if you watch the interviews with him, he even says this is the hardest movie I've ever done, and I don't think I want to do it again. You basically gave too much money, too much. And he even said studio control was all over him about it, and he didn't not
yeah,
like that. He has to have full control. He has to have everything, and that's why we might not see another epic like this from him not for a long time anyways, because it sucks,
Yeah.
because you're releasing it at some of the worst times ever, because it's not a known franchise. It's not like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man was one of the biggest No Way Home or whatever, one of the biggest things to happen even during COVID, because
Yeah.
everybody already knows what that is and it's established. And as much as we want a rated R movie to make $1 billion, logistically it's just impossible sometimes, because it's only you can't bring your kids, which automatically right there cuts your fucking earnings in half, and it's going to be adults and people on dates and stuff like that. So it sucks. It sucks that happened, and I think it's one of those cases where they may have given too much to a guy who wasn't prepared, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But have you guys seen any? Did you guys go watch any new movies lately? I know, Kane, you went to go watch a movie. What'd you watch?
I saw The Bad Guys with my daughter.
You took your daughter to go see The Northman?
Yeah, The
No.
Northman,
What?
Spider-Man.
Who's in
The
that?
Northman.
Who's in The Bad Guys? Because I know it's an animated movie. Who's in it?
Sam Rockwell is in it.
Okay. Voicing.
And Aquafina is in it.
Okay.
Richard Ayoade is in it.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ayoade. Yep.
Okay.
Mark Maron is in it, who I thought was Danny DeVito the entire time.
Oh, Mark Maron. Yeah, the stand-up guy, podcast guy. Yeah. Really, he sounded like Danny DeVito.
I thought he was Danny DeVito. When I looked at the credits, I was like, "What?" But it was okay.
Yeah,
it was entertaining, even though I think I fell asleep a half a dozen times. But
were you drunk? Were you
only
drunk?
I was drunk. I took my daughter to the movies, and I was
you got
trashed.
trashed.
Yep.
Yeah, I never
went to the bar in the theater and just
I've never gone trash at a movie theater. I'll say that I've gone trash other places, but never in a movie theater, because it doesn't make any sense, because I'm just gonna pass out and start snoring and somebody's gonna kick me out or something like that. So I never. How about you, Jason? Have you seen anything lately?
No, but the one thing I'm looking forward to is Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's opening up.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, well, it's open. It's everywhere. Yeah, every other country opened except here, North America. I think it's Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. I'm excited because I'm a big fan of Sam Raimi, and I feel like he hasn't done a movie in a while. It may have been maybe about 10 years or so that Sam Raimi. It was the last movie he did was that Wizard of Oz movie. The Oz Great and Powerful.
Really?
That's literally and that was like 2013, dude. That was like 2013.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's
What
been.
has he been doing? Well, I guess he did
He's been producing. Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
producing. I don't know if he directed maybe a couple episodes of Ash versus Evil.
He did. I think
okay.
he did the pilot episode and maybe another one.
Sam Raimi's career is pretty interesting, because you got this. He was like 21 or something like that when he did the first Evil Dead, and
they were like straight out of college.
He literally started making movies at that age, and so by the time Darkman comes around, he was barely 30 or whatever, and he basically made his own superhero movie when he was denied making Batman or something like that. So because
he got turned down for making The Shadow.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he made Darkman.
Darkman 2, Darkman 3, Darkman 4,
Darkman die.
Darkman 4, Darkman die. Those direct to video movies that I totally ate those all up, man. I rented those like crazy, and I don't know,
Arnold Vosloo, who I was like,
Jeff,
when The Mummy came out, I was like, "Oh my God, that's the guy that played Darkman."
It was Jeff Fahey took over at one point. It may have been the second half of the series. The Lawnmower Man guy took over. But yeah, Sam Raimi is awesome, man. I like what he did. Like Drag Me to Hell. Have you seen Drag Me to Hell?
Oh,
that dude, that's an awesome movie.
It was like another Evil Dead movie.
It was basically Evil Dead, but it's basically people doing seances and shit like that half the movie. But it's been an interesting week for stuff. You know, it has what's his name bought Twitter yet? Did he buy
Elon
it?
Musk?
Yeah. Did he?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't even think he has that much money. He's like selling Tesla stocks. Jason, you're into the stocks. What's going on over there?
With what?
With stocks?
Elon Musk.
Yeah. What's
Twitter.
going on, man? Are you still doing the stock exchange, the stock thing?
Dogecoin and
I
Yeah.
want to, but I'm busy doing other things.
I don't do any of that.
like,
Yeah.
being unemployed.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Spoiler!
Oh, wait,
Spoiler!
yeah.
Spoiler!
Spoiler.
Spoiler!
Me too.
We're,
Spoiler
we're
alert.
we're all employed here. Yeah. So Elon Musk, I'm scared. You guys don't even use Twitter, so it doesn't really matter. Jason or Kane, do you even use Twitter?
Occasionally, like really rarely. I mostly go to Twitter when a article links me to Twitter.
Yeah. Jason, do you even use Twitter anymore? Yeah, exactly. So I don't think anybody really. A lot of people left Twitter like as soon as like it was announced that he was going to buy it. It was like I don't need it. I haven't used it. I occasionally use it. I'll still use it. I'll jump on there. Mostly because of I get all my news from Twitter. Everything breaks first. If you want something right away and know what's going on, go on Twitter. Everything is. That's how I found out about the war that's happening. I'm like, what? What's happening? That's how I found that out first. I think Twitter is a good resource, but it's very toxic. It's very toxic for sure. So that's
We're
why.
talking than Star Wars.
Absolutely not. Star Wars is it's filth. It's filth. The toxic community, the community of Star Wars is filth, man. But yeah, man. I think yeah. So I think we're gonna actually make this episode pretty short. I don't think I want to do another 2-hour episode. Our last episode was an hour and 40 minutes. And that was
Wow.
it was like I should have made some edits. The studio took it away. Robert Eggers came in, made some edits, stuff like that. He was given too much power. He was given.
You're not gonna make $90 million.
He was yeah. Go for it, Jason.
What is Elon trying to say about Twitter though? What is he planning on doing?
So what's happening is that he believes so much in freedom of speech that he believes that him buying it it's gonna accomplish that. Now
He's gonna bring.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. All the all the people who have been banned for expressing their freedom of speech most likely will get brought back. So that's kind of a very interesting thing. I mean, all I did was mute people. That's the good thing about Twitter. You could just mute people. You don't ever have to see them on your timeline. You could mute certain words and you'll never see that on your timeline. Like, I don't want to mention names, but if you don't want to have people, certain names, you could be like, I don't want to see that again. And you'll never see it. So that's, Twitter doesn't have to theoretically be toxic. But you can make it less toxic. You have all the power in your hands to do that. But a lot of people are like, Facebook. I don't know. Can you mute stuff? I don't know. I don't really. I jump on Facebook maybe once every couple of days or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if you can mute certain words on Facebook.
I don't like. It's not like words, but if you're just done with someone's.
Oh yeah. You could. Yeah, well, you can't block them. You could unfollow them. You could unfollow them on Facebook. That way, they don't see that you unfriended them or whatever. So if you're tired of somebody posting 19 posts every hour, it'd be like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and not follow them anymore. I'm still their friends, but I don't have to see any of their posts anymore. Or I'll get random ads, right? Be like, you don't want to see this ad anymore? Like, nope, click. I don't want to see any of that. And I never see that anymore. But Facebook has gone through so many changes. Like, what are they changing the name to Meta? I don't know what's going on, man. They're trying to get into the whole VR thing. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, Meta Quest.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do, and their stocks tanked, man. Their stocks tanked after they announced it. So it's just a weird time right now for a lot of companies. I know a lot of people were using what's that other platform that people were using for free speech and stuff like that? Pearl, Parlor. or whatever.
Parlay?
Parlay, is that what it was
Or
called?
were they?
Parlor.
Or did I think they gave in to the way people were pronouncing it, which was parlor.
Oh, okay. Was it not It was it not
I think
Parlor?
I think it was supposed to be parlay, like French, but
Okay.
so many people were calling it parlor. They were like, "Oh, just call it parlor."
Yeah, a lot of my friends jumped ship on Facebook and went over to Parlay or whatever it's called, and they were like, and of course they all announced it like, well, Facebook has, I feel like I can't say what I want, I can't say what I did, so I'm leaving. You guys should follow me over there, and absolutely nobody followed.
Yeah.
Everybody, I joined that platform to see what's happening, and it's crazy. The amount of conspiracy theories, the amount of it's like QAnon Central over there essentially. The amount of conspiracy theories, and I got in right before the election, and the amount of people who thought that basically the military was going to take over is what it was going to happen. The military was going to take over. They were going to take control of the country, and Trump was essentially going to remain in power. And after that happened, it went to shit, dude. Everybody was like, wait a minute. They were getting mad at each other. It was falling apart. Somebody didn't tell us the right thing. I think it's not supposed to happen at this date. It's supposed to happen at another date. And then when that day passed, that didn't happen. They freaked out even more. So it's nuts, dude. It's been a crazy year. And the weirdest thing I've ever seen on there is that they think that Michelle Obama is a man. They think
yes.
they think she's a man.
Yeah.
They even have proof, which is like pictures of her Photoshop. They'll Photoshop a bulge on her front. It's like, we have proof right here that she's a man. So I guess I don't know if that's true, Kane. I know you've been wondering all these years if that's true or not.
I have, yeah.
But they also hate Obama. But whatever, if you hate Obama, whatever. It's crazy.
Ultimately, it's like at this point, what's the point of, even if she is a man, like, what does it matter?
Yeah, like what is that? What is that going to change? Because she's no longer in office.
Yeah,
they're civilians essentially. So what? Who cares? Who gives a crap?
She's advising Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Joe, wake up!
Telling him to give all the rights to those LGBTQ VR people.
Do they have any Comic Cons in New Jersey? Like, do they have anything over there? What's the equivalent over there for the Comic Cons or whatever?
I think there's a Garden State Comic Con, but no one really cares because New York Comic Con is like
that's
nearby,
right there.
So.
It's the biggest one or whatever. Jason, we're going to this year's Comic Con. Sorry, dude, we're going. It's been a while. You got to go at least before you get back, because I don't think they have any Comic Cons in Thailand, do they?
They got something. It's not Comic Con, but it reminded me of Comic Con. People dressing up.
Batman Con, Batman Con, Penguin Con.
But no, it's like a little Comic Con type thing. It happens in Siam Paragon. You see people dressed up, especially the fucking girls. Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go.
But in their skirts and yeah. Anyway.
Typical man.
But no, and you see like action figures of like Dragon Ball Z animes. It's like Anime Con basically.
Nice. Yeah, I remember one year Jason dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker, and that was the year that Harley Quinn, she had just showed up in Suicide Squad, and the amount of Harley Quinns at Comic-Con was ridiculous, and the amount of pictures they want to take with this guy was ridiculous. I was already getting tired. I'm like, dude, I just took like 50 photos of you, and it was pretty good, man. Like my whole camera roll was him and Harley Quinn's, or me taking pictures for them, and the Joker. You son of a bitch.
My favorite one though was the Pikachu and Catwoman with her boobs hanging out.
Yeah, man. You should fly down to an Arizona one at some point. You need to fly down.
Yeah,
take the train.
I think that was the year I met Jason, when you guys came to the panel I was doing.
Yeah, it was one of the years when you used to do the Mystery Science Theater panels, which is actually really fun, man.
I like that.
It was really, really good because it actually grew over the years. It started with
Oh yeah.
it started with like a handful of people, and then it would grow, and then it grow, and then it was almost basically the whole room was full towards the end. But was that something that was difficult to like execute, or was it just essentially you guys met up for like a weekend and then just kind of scripted everything out?
Yeah, we tried to meet up for like a couple weeks before and tried to, because we would do our own riff and everything and
Yeah,
try to write out a thing for a video to show everyone. But it was cool.
yeah,
I think the coolest part was like people writing to us because there was a year that we skipped it
yeah,
and there were a lot of people writing to us like, "Oh, like I really missed your guys' panel," and
yeah.
yeah, the con told us that we were one of the most well reviewed panels, so that was pretty awesome.
Well, because you guys would be the last ones. I think well towards the night you guys
Yeah,
basically would
towards the
be you guys would be our last stop before we would go get shit faced essentially,
yeah.
and it was a good closer. I was like, oh, this is good,
Mhm.
man, and then we would take you with us. I think we would kidnap you to go get
Yeah.
shit faced, dude. My God, but
Then I go get in arguments with owners
yeah,
of bars and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, you would punch little Super Mario
Super
guys.
Mario, yeah.
But
Mamma mia.
wasn't didn't they move you guys to a different time slot one year? Did they move you earlier during the day, or did they always keep you guys at night?
I think
I swear one year they moved you
it
guys and it was like,
yeah
oh,
it
we
kind
got
of
to keep this
switched up. Like
PG friendly or G friendly or whatever.
yeah, there was one year that it was I want to say like late afternoon, and then they kind of switched it up, and then we were late at night, and then I think they went back to late afternoon. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It
it
looks
kind of bounced back and forth.
yeah, it looks pretty. I don't know. It looks daunting just looking because you guys got to time it. You guys got to keep in sync with what you guys have written, and you guys basically
Yeah.
got to make sure everything, all the jokes land or whatever. Which for the most part they did. So you guys need to. Hey, we're all virtual now, man. You guys could still do it. You guys could still, you guys got to do a virtual show or something like that with I don't know if it'll get like copyrighted or something. Isn't everything like free to use, like some certain videos or whatever, like they're in the like public domain or whatever.
Yeah,
But definitely bring that back, man. Comic Con, New Jersey Comic Con.
that's right.
Fly everybody out. Fly everybody out.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think that would do it with this episode. We talked Star Wars. We talk about mask mandates. We talked about my camera freezing. We talked about Jason. You got anything for us? How's it going over there, man? I see the light turning on and off. Are you doing okay, man? Are you being held hostage right now? Blink twice if you need
Qui-Gon
assistance.
Jinn is
Yeah,
holding a
yeah,
gun
yeah,
to
yeah,
him right
yeah.
now.
He's in another country right now. Blink twice if you need assistance. Yeah, he's blinking 3 times. I don't know what that means. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I think that's gonna do it for the Old Jerks podcast, video podcast. I think this one's gonna be short. I'm just amazed. I don't have to edit a bunch of shit. So I feel like one of those indie directors. I get full control of it. I don't get $71 million for stuff. But Kane, are you still doing voice work? What's going on with you, man? What's going on? Are you still doing voice stuff?
Nothing lately, just my own stuff. But who knows? Now that I have a lot more free time, maybe something will come up.
Maybe
Spoilers,
something.
I got a lot more free time.
Maybe something will show up. Read my script that I send you if you have any free time. I think
Yes, I
the
will.
reason I sent you that script is because I think I told you that it'd be kind of cool to turn it into an audio drama that we could do like a weekly, like a periodic podcast or something like that. Definitely check it out when you get a chance.
All right.
No rush.
Yes,
Jason,
yes.
Jason,
Well, I have a bunch of time now. So.
Jason, I have a part for you in it. You're going to be a voice actor now. But yeah, guys, you can find me at Cinema Burrito. I used to be Burrito John. Cinema Burrito on Twitter, Facebook, or not Facebook, Instagram. Sorry. Just type in Cinema Burrito. You'll find me on there. You could also find this episode, all our stuff on the Old Jerks podcast. We actually have a Twitter handle. If you guys, when Elon Musk will buy us out, he'll pay us $1 million in stock in whatever the bitcoins,
Dogecoin.
Doge coins or whatever it's called.
Dogecoin.
Kane, where can we find you? Where can we find you? Check out your voice work and stuff like that.
I mean, you can find me on Kane Black, Kane Black
Do you have a website?
on Instagram.
Do you have your own
I
website?
don't.
Okay.
I
Not
used
you
to,
used
but
to. That's
no,
what I was gonna say.
Someone bought it.
There's another Kane Black out there.
Yeah, I think someone thought I would be profitable or something, so they bought. They're squatting on it.
Jason, where can we find you, man? If we want to contact you, where can we find you? You're obviously out of the country right now. You're in the desert somewhere with no power that keeps coming on and off.
I am in Arizona.
It's the same shit, dude. It's desert. It's a desert. Nothing. Everything comes to Arizona and dies. Essentially. But I need to move. I need to move to New Jersey. I'm gonna move in with Kane. I heard he has a basement.
We're ready. Yep.
Yeah, you got, or me and you could share bunk beds, whatever.
Or just a bed.
Or a bed. I hope you have I hope you have a water bed.
Can I be in the middle?
No. Jason, where can we find you? You don't have any social media, so it's a little hard to find you, right?
I got a Facebook. I still have a Twitter.
He's on Parlay.
He's on Parlay. He's the leader of QAnon. We found it. We have him right here, guys. We have the leader of QAnon right here. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If we try to find you on Twitter, where can we find you? If we were to find you on Twitter, what's your name on there?
Actually, I forgot.
Oh, okay. Well,
Parlay
next,
Jason.
Yeah,
you should know. You have me on your Twitter.
I don't know
something.
I have so many people on there. I can't keep track. You're just another name on there. No. Listen.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, fuck you. Yeah. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. Let's get out of here.
Game over, man.
Oh man, game over.
Sandwiches.
Oh my God, Princess.
Oh my God, get the fuck out of here.
This has been episode 2 of the Old Jerks podcast. Everybody take it easy. Wave to the camera, guys. Let's get out of here. It's past my bedtime. Bye. Bye, man.